How you guys doing? What am I playing? This is my Doderer guitar. It's a Doderer. Very easy to pronounce. Hanning Doderer. Okay. Let's see. Which vamp you playing over? I was playing over the solo section from Minor Swing. But I'll do some All of Me. It's my go-to. I love me some All of Me. It reminds me of Django Reinhardt. Well, that's good. I suppose that's the point. If it didn't, that would be a failure on my part. Jesus Christ. Let's get rid of this commercial. Okay. Ooh, Nuage. I like playing Nuage. How to get started with Gypsy jazz guitar. Listen to Django. That's how you should end too. That's the only thing.
Colgate Total gives you 24-hour antibacterial protection.
Oh yeah. Get rid of your bacteria. No bacteria. That Italian, how dare you call me Italian? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's back to that. I used to, man, I lost my boner for gypsy jazz for a long time. Do you like Bumblefoot? It's not my cup of tea. Does gypsy jazz use the same chord shapes? No. Have you been to Reggie's lately? I have not, Eric. I have not. Can you play with... the reason to study two-finger gypsy jazz is for the picking patterns. It will show you the pathways, and then you'll understand the rhythm. The rate of people watching now to subscribers is 1 to 1,000. Sad. Yeah, it's pretty sad for me too. But yeah, I'm confessing you handle D7 as augmented or regular dominant. To me, the augmented is like a part of the regular dominant, right? Because it's like, so it's like they're both coming from harmonic minor or harmonic major if you're thinking augmented. So you can. So it's like even if you see the triad, it doesn't really affect the scale, right? You can see like both, like, half step up diminished or augmented from the root. That's a part of that G harmonic minor sound. Who's your favorite guitar player? Django's pretty up there. You ruined me with Antonio Boyer, the kid you interviewed years ago. Yeah, he's pretty good. Is there anything about Selmers that makes them specially suitable for gypsy jazz? Yeah, the bridges, this construction of the wooden bridge. This guitar behaves more like a snare drum than like, a Martin style guitar. The notes, it's kind of like this, but the feel too, it's bouncy. A golden question. How do you distinguish if you're hearing an improvisation or a composed style melody? I don't understand the question. What are dominant pentatonics and how do you use them? Dominant pentatonics are it's like a minor pentatonic with the 6 instead of the flatted 7th. That's like the minor version of but applied from their 4th degree. So it's like on a chord, it gives you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, flat 7. So it's a combination of like a dominant, like if you take G mixolyt or G7 from the C major scale and B minor 7 flat 5 and put them on top of each other and get all the notes. So it's like the G7 with the 9th. that's what you would get. And the way you would use them is there's one of them in a major scale, but there's two of them in a melodic minor. So, you know, if you're playing like over G7 and you want to get the altered sound with dominant pentatonics, you'd play D flat dominant pentatonic and E flat dominant pentatonic. And that's a cool way of visualizing the guitar. So I don't understand the question, Amin Jafari. Hey Danny, your don't waste your money on school video showed up in my video feed. That's a great advice. I then researched you and can't stop listening to your sewer jam. Oh, cool. Listen to Marvin. I made a lot of albums. Have you heard of a guitar player named John Gome? If not, then why not? I don't know him. No, I have not heard of him. Send me a link to our email and I'll check it out. I like that guitar. Not sure if I have seen it before or not. You have pretty guitars. Thanks, Josh. How can you guess if a melody has been created by an improvisational approach or worked out? Like in other people? You know, if it's really fancy, then it's probably like worked out things have a sound. They're like voice led, like in a more surgical way typically. But you know, sometimes somebody will like improvise something and you're like, how can somebody think like that? And then you go down a rabbit hole of study until you can think like that. And then when you listen to it again years later, like, oh, that's nothing much. That's just blah, 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 you know? So the question is like, why does it matter, right? It's like, you need, in terms of like study, you need to study great things that sound great to you, like things that pique your interest melodically. Is a great way to like navigate the music. Just learning the shit that like is like you find like unbelievable. I'll play this song.
This fall, switch to a TurboTax Live Expert and we'll beat the price you paid your pro last tax season.
Come on, internet. Okay. Ah. Play Smoke on the Water. Yeah. Nice clean month. Thank you. Man, there's so many comments I missed. Yo, nice. New channel to check out. Yo, yeah, it's a good channel. Do you ever study with Sinister Gates at Berkeley? I don't know what Sinister Gates is. Oh, somebody mentioned him before. It's Bill Gates' son, right? The only guy with the name a child Sinister. Are you going to make some more backing tracks? Yes, at some point. Yep, the stretched butthole guitar. Had to be you, yeah. Good ears. Dwayne Andrews, no. Berkeley Jam, thank you. My dad is listening to Bill Evans in the living room. It sounds, oh, cool. I'm with you on Long Horseman. What comes into your head? It's like driving. That's what I always say. You know, what comes into your head when you're driving? If you overthink it, you're going to run something over. Just wanted to say thank you for the How to Holdsworth series. Oh, cool. Yeah, you know, I honestly went through a lot of How to Holdsworth myself and nothing stuck. So if you have better luck with it, let me know. I think it wasn't in my heart, though. I noticed that you have a collection of go-to licks that you play in these streams and also on the albums. It's muscle memory. You know, everybody has that. It's like a combination of how you imagine things, and it's like how you imagine things and your technique. It's like your technique provides pathways. It's not really licks in the sense that, like, you know, I'm not saying like I don't play licks. I'm saying that, you know, they're flexible licks. So there's a lot of, I can get out of them and into them in a lot of ways. And I can play, like, you know, I can just displace them in a lot of ways. So, yeah, that's the idea. Use the guitars from Avenged Sevenfold Third. Okay. Please put, what? Let's see, that guitar does not need poppers. No. Does not. I'm on my drums now. Let's jam. I'm using what I learned from your video on the A7 hip hop backing track that I'm working on. Oh, cool. Sick. Well, I'm glad it's helping you. Okay, I'll play one more song. Fast. I'll play a fast song. 40 BPMs faster than that. Let's see.
Are you in your business era? LegalZoom makes starting a business easy for everyone, even a rookie. Time-consuming forms, confusing jargon, hard pass. With LegalZoom, launch.
All right, I missed a lot of shit. Man, so many questions. What do you do for a living? I play guitar. Okay. Black hole humor is good. Hey, dude, got her on. It's time to sacrifice to my Clapton shrine. That's the way to do it. Hey, I never forgot the video you made describing the difference between regular strumming and gypsy jazz strumming. Super helpful. Glad you liked it. Let's see. Danny, do you work out, gym, kettlebell, a lot of sex? Literally none of these things. But I guess I go to the gym twice a week, not to brag, you know. Not everybody can be me. Your understanding of diminished chord video is my current study. Oh, cool. I'm glad it's helpful. Hopeful series with Stein or Pure Gold. Thanks. I just got back in touch with Brett. We haven't talked in a long time, but I love that dude. My issue is more with diminished skills rather than diminished chords. Yeah, that's a big problem. So far, the Holdsworth stuff just doesn't mash with how I've learned music. Yeah, same, and that's my issue with it. Just I don't have a system that it fits into, and it's too out for me. So I just gave up on it, which is okay. But you know, I gave it a fair try. I think that's what you need to do. Like you need to understand what it's about. Like I was learning Tokyo Dream and like, you know, those scales, and for a while I had some of the patterns down, but I couldn't get it to a place where it integrated with my playing, so it just kind of like melted away from me. Let's see. Where is your F hole? It's right here. What do you mean? What's your favorite opinion on decoding the exact approach of your favorite players on a specific solo part and modify it to be your own? You should work with very tiny bits of music, like less than you think, right? But also you should always understand how it sits on the groove. So if you don't understand it rhythmically, you don't have it, right? It's like, and transcribing, to me, I don't transcribe whole solos. I just take little tiny snippets and I learn them against the beat, right? So it's like, if it's like Django playing like the first line in minor swing, like people learn it wrong because they don't learn where it starts, but the rhythm is like but it's like so you got to feel it against the groove and then memorize the rhythmic pattern and figure out a way to make that with your body. Thanks. The strings resonating behind the bridge used to throw me off. I'm starting to become, yeah, it's cool. Jenny Reinhardt, yep. Ever regret being inspired to study multiple styles? Seems like all the greats find a niche they're playing. Honestly, I've played fusion my entire career and a little bit of gypsy jazz, so I don't really know multiple styles. I mean, I guess I dabble in playing straight ahead, but I've never done it to any serious capacity. So like everything is just by, no, I mean, you know, when I go to make an album, it's very clear to me, like people make way too much of this style thing. You know, like when you pick up your guitar, you just play it the way that makes sense with the sounds that you're playing with, right? It's like you're playing with an electric bassist, a specific drummer. If you play guitar the way you play it, that's your style, right? That's it. Do you like Edam cheese? I do. It's good cheese. How about the new Dream Theater song? I don't know it. Sorry. Danny has a great ear, so naturally someone like him doesn't need to transcribe ton of complete solos. He just needs small bits, jumping off points, and they'll be able. No, I think that like just learning whole solos is just a huge waste of time. It's way better to learn how to use one thing 100 ways than learning 100 things one way. And that's, you know, when you are learning a solo, you're digesting an amount of vocabulary that's indigestible. When you take a little snippet that's happening on a specific harmony, and then you kind of break it away from the harmony. Look at it like from the perspective of the parent scale. Look where it sits in time. Check it out on a different tempo. Check it out double time. Check it out as triplets. Check it out, you know, with the scale choices in another place in the tune where it fits. You just learn more. Yeah, Guthrie Govan, a fan? No. Are your lessons super expensive? I would say they're kind of middle of the road. I try to, you know, I have a lot of my students, I would say almost all my students are professional musicians, so I kind of made a decision to make it affordable to them. So yeah, I think they're affordable. Feel free to email me for details. I'll tell you how much. I just don't like talking money in public. It's kind of gross. But DANIHRABIN, DannyHRabin@gmail.com. Can the next song be Django's Tiger? Sure. I do like Howe and Cotton. I like both of them. They're great. Learning whole songs is good for stamina. You should play whole songs, but you know, you should definitely you know, not like you should learn whole songs. You should always be playing whole songs. You should just improvise. This is jazz, baby. You don't like the whole, if you're not working on improvising, then you're just taking a classical music approach to jazz, which is, you know, lame and not the point. I wrote Django backing track. That's not it. Django's Tiger. So, you know, you gotta, like, a lot of you guys just are too scared to actually improvise. You want to have this safety, like practice to you is making like a really reliable safety net that you feel is awesome. But nobody that ever comes to a jazz show wants to see somebody with an awesome safety net. That's not the point of going to the circus.
My husband and I.
You want to go there to see somebody in danger and in control.
Through IVF treatments now. It could be our only chance to have a family.
Oh my God, stop bitching. I'm already married. guys are welcome. Did Django play behind like that? Probably not. You know, bro yells at Google. Yeah, you don't yell at Google. I like Mingus and stuff like the Black Saint. Yeah, good stuff. It's good shit. What was your toughest assignment at Berkeley? It's so hard to play something meaningful using improvisation. That's why we're all scared. It's not. You just got to do it a lot, you know. Big fan, Danny. You're super. Thank you. Thank you. What's Danny up to? He's fixing his brother's house currently in Milwaukee. He's being a construction worker. Isn't it impossible to play upwards economy picking using this picking style? It's correct. That is impossible. Surprised, actually, Danny isn't a fan of Guthrie. I feel Guthrie's 2007 JTC YouTube upload influenced a whole new era. Yeah, I was just too old when it came out. I didn't check it out in time. Let's see. Do you think John Petrucci would do Cheryl Bailey a favor? I think so. You need more overdrive. Yeah. My finger got gray from my bass strings. That happens. Just recently watched your blues with one chord video. So awesome. Oh, cool. I'm glad you liked it. More shit like that coming. Cool, guys. All right. I taught like 1,000 lessons today. I gotta run. Probably gonna do another one of these tomorrow morning. So hang out for those. Let's see. Actually, if you're willing, would you be able to chat a bit about the whip action, use of your double downstrokes? You have to run. Well, I mean, I can just show you examples of scales to improv in a key, then moving it a half step down. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that one a different time. But the whip, it's like drumming, right? So you got to think about like think about like tap dancing. That's the best thing to think about when you're playing this kind of music, right? Slow it down to where you can really feel the groove, like to where you can improvise eighth notes. That's your first goal. So think about like a that kind of like tempo. The whole thing with the right hand in gypsy jazz, the point to have a rest stroke is not to cut through the strings, it's to drum on them, it's to bounce. Now think about like tap dancing. A rest stroke is like sticking your foot to the ground. Think step, 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 step. It's not about playing quarter notes. Now the other one's like, right? It's like, right? Right, the descending rest, they have a like rest, up, bounce, bounce, rest, right? There's a certain like drumming, like stick the stick and bounce it. So think about like a whip, like using a snare drum stroke and catching the rebound, right? So. Ghost notes are super important in gypsy jazz to keep, whenever you're not playing, you gotta keep time here. So your patterns, like a lot of times they start on upstroke. Anyways, yeah. Cool. Go practice, go practice. What do you think about James? I don't know what that means. Do you also play outside notes intentionally? Yeah, rhythm for sure, rhythm. Rhythm's the way to go. All right, folks. See you tomorrow.